Hello, fellow heroes. It's me, Very Special Agent Richard Beazit, here to talk to you guys about silencers. And me and Sebastian made a great slideshow for everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Yep, yeah. So there's Sebastian. He actually did a lot of work on this one because I did the outline for the slides, but then he did all the work on filling them in.
I
And
gave it
so
a little skilly do and found some research.
absolutely, yeah, I did all the great research. But you see, I knew all these things off the top of my head, so I don't even really need to look at it. So I'm just gonna go through and teach you guys this class because I'm basically the best ATF agent whoever lived. All right, wife slap. All right, so first slide here. Why we should send everyone who likes their hearing to cages. That's a good title for a slide there.
It's just
And
very solid title. I thought it was suspenseful.
Yeah, it is. And anybody who wants to hear should probably go to prison. And that's what these laws are all about. So what we're going to be learning today is silencers bad. Silencers evil. Then we're going to show you some examples of silencers. And we're going to learn a little bit about ATF silencer math, which is really exciting stuff. We're basically all geniuses here. All right, next slide. Wife slap. All right, so what is a silencer? This looks like the actual definition of what a silencer is. So it could be anything for silencing or diminishing the report of a firearm. It could be a combination of parts for doing that, and then it could be any part. So I don't really know. Let's just move on to the next slide here. Wife slap. All right. So the big question, are silencers bad? So bad. All right, let's see what kind of content Sebastian gave us. While DOJ and ATF have historically not supported removal of items from the NFA, the change in public acceptance of silencers arguably indicates that the reason for their inclusion in the NFA is archaic, and historical reluctance to removing them from the NFA should be reevaluated. Sebastian, what is this? Why did you put this in the slide?
Mr. Bazet, I found it on the ATX official notice.
The ATF wrote this?
Yes, back in 2016.
But why would you put it on the slide? I'm trying to make the point that silencers are bad, and you said that the law is archaic and historical reluctance
Mr.
to
Bazet,
removing them.
I personally did not say this. I just found the page that happened to say this. I just got different information based off of what you asked me. I gave it a little skilly do, based off of determinations and things like that. And this is what popped up, so I just thought I'd put it on the slide for you.
Look, Sebastian, when people Google things on the internet, they don't try and prove themselves wrong. They just Google things looking for things to support their own bias, and that's what you were supposed to do. You're
Okay,
supposed to
Mr.
support
Bazet, I'm sorry.
bias.
Let's go to the next one then.
All right, wife slap. This better be better. All right. Are silencers used in crimes?
Oh crap!
Of course. What do you mean, oh crap? But what did you do? On average, in the past
this
10
was
years,
based off the same thing.
ATF has only recommended 44 defendants a year for prosecution on silencer-related violations. Of those, only approximately 6 of the defendants had prior felony convictions. Moreover, consistent with this low number of prosecution referrals, silencers are very rarely used in criminal shootings. That's not what I wanted you to put on there, Sebastian. I wanted you to put on there like some big number. You could have just put any big number. These people would have all believed us.
Well, statistically, based off of different spy movies, they use it, but are they good or bad?
That's right. In spy movies, it's always bad. Let's move on to the next. Did you do the next slide? Wife slap. Are silencers a threat to public safety? Absolutely, they're a threat to public safety. All right, let's read the quote from the ATF. Given the lack of criminality associated with silencers, it is reasonable. God dang it. How did this happen? Sebastian, this literally says the opposite of what I said. I said that they're a threat to public safety, absolutely. And then you included a quote, apparently from us at the ATF, that says that they're not.
Well, Mr. Belay, I'm pretty sure you have said you are the law, so I figured if I put something from the ATF with or without agreement with you, you can just say what you want.
That's true. I am the ATF. All right, guys. So this is the lesson from this slide: is that silencers are a threat to public safety, and everyone who has a silencer should probably go to jail forever. And
Even though the people in 2016
I think we all agree on that.
Otherwise, but
all right, next slide here. Wife slap. Oh, we're getting into the fun stuff. So this is where we talk about, things that are silencers and aren't silencer. And as you can see from this slide right here, we've just got an oil filter from Subaru. Obviously, Subaru doesn't make silencers, so that's not a silencer, right,
Maybe they
Sebastian?
should. Oh, maybe they shouldn't. Sorry.
All right, so let's keep moving on here. White slap. Oh, this is like a little nut bolty thing. Clearly not a silencer. It's just, pretty much any metal shop will probably have that laying around. Just a little bolty thing. Definitely not a silencer. What's this about, Sebastian? Well, whatever. We'll just move on. Wife slap. Is this a silencer? Oh, this is an open-ended question. So let's ask. Who thinks that two things that aren't silencers, if you set them next to each other, if they are silencers? Who thinks that? Okay. And who thinks okay. All right, let's find out. Wife slap. Oh, look at that. Yep, it's a silencer. So two things that aren't silencers are a silencer if they're around each other, because that makes sense. All right. Let's move on. Let's see some other things that are silencers. Wife slap. Is this a silencer? What is this, Sebastian? What is this picture of? What is this?
That's a cotton scrubber, a copper scrubber, cotton, whatever.
What do you do with it? You scrub things?
Yeah, it's a cleaning tool. It's pretty similar to a sponge, except better.
Oh, I don't do any cleaning. That's what my wife's for. She does all the cleaning, or at least she had better do all the cleaning. All right, let's find out if cleaning scrubbers are suppressors or silencers. Wife slap. Oh, look at that. Yep, straight to jail for the cleaning thing for you guys. Is this real, Sebastian?
This is real, Mr. Beazit.
So, like, an actual ATF later said that chore boy scrubbers would be silencers?
Yes. Weirdly enough, that's the case.
Well, there you got it, straight from the horse's mouth.
Based off of determinations.
Based off determinations, that's real. The ATF actually did this. All right, let's move along here. Wife slap. Oh, more questions. This is like a little rubber disky thing. Is it rubber? Yeah, it looks like it's rubber. Little rubber disky thing. There's no way this is going to be a silencer, right? All right, let's find out. Wife slap. Oh, look at that. We get to send all these people to jail for little rubber disky things. So, Sebastian, is this real? This is from an ATF letter?
Once again, Mr. Beazit, yes, it is. Based off the determinations the ATF had stated when I went in the computer, it said this was a silencer, apparently.
Well, good enough for me. Let's throw anybody who's got little rubber O-rings in jail.
They sit there very quietly, so I guess whatever,
Yeah, I'm good with it. I think everybody here is good with it. We can look. The more people in jail, the better. I think we're doing a great job. All right, let's move on. Wife slap. Oh, this is the silencer math portion. Okay, so for this part, we're gonna ask how many silencers are here. So we've got 3 pictures up here. I remember from earlier. One of them, the oil filter, is not a silencer. The chore boy thing could be a silencer, and these little rubber things are silencers. So how many silencers are there? Well, I'm gonna go. Wait, I actually know the answer. It's obviously 3 because there's 3 things here that could be silencers. So, Sebastian, yeah, I better be right. You better have made me right. Wife slap. The correct answer is somewhere between 0 and 20. What? How does that make any sense?
The correct answer is somewhere between 0 and 20.
So, like, you went into a computer and somehow decided that there could be 0 or there could be 20 silencers here that I'm looking at on the screen right now.
I guess based off of determinations, as I have stated before, Mr. B.
And that's okay. All right, well, I think the correct answer is 3. All right, next slide. Wife slap. Oh, this is my favorite part.
Your answer is 3 years, so I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right. I'm always right. So, yeah. So what do we send people to jail for? And what we're actually sending people to jail for here, and we're sending them for 3 years, if they fail to pay $200, which is the most magical part about all of these laws, is I can't imagine, $200, I spend that on a week of food sometimes. And sending someone to jail for failure to pay a $200 fine is probably the best idea the government has ever came up with. Wouldn't you agree, Sebastian?
Uh,
All right, Sebastian agrees. Next slide. Wife slap. All right, so what you guys learned today is that everyone is a perpetrator. That's right. We can make anything into a silencer, and then they're a perpetrator. Number 2 thing that we learned is jail is good for everyone. Everyone ought to be in jail, except for, us federal agents, because we're the one. Somebody has to put the people into the jail, but everybody else should be in jail. And I think determining that regular household items are silencers is a really positive step in that direction. And lastly, going to prison for 3 years for failing to pay $200 fine, totally reasonable. Absolutely reasonable. Probably the best idea that anybody in the government has ever came up with ever. And, everybody agrees with me, including Sebastian. And that's all we got, folks. I hope you guys learned a lot, and, we can go out there and make those arrests. Let's get them, guys.
that's all, folks. Skiddly-doo-dah, skiddly-day. We need funding to keep busy.
Turns out these videos are really hard to make.
So please pitch in as our sponsors today. Skiddly-doo-dah, skiddly-day.
You can be here in our credits.
It is truth.
It's actual.
Everything is satisfaction.
Skiddly-doo-dah, skiddly-day. Please sign up as our sponsors today.
Good job, Mr. B.
I think you f***ed up the song, Sebastian.
No, we got it right this time. That's it. That's all, folks.